Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit Lions fans. Let's get to the news, all right, Lions fans. You know we're always looking out for the latest moves, the rumors that could change everything for our team. And trust me, this one might be one of the most exciting and strategic rumors circulating right now. It's about a potential blockbuster trade involving Kyle Hamilton, the Ravens' versatile safety, and the Detroit Lions. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Could this really happen? Well, sources close to Diana Rossini have been whispering some pretty compelling things, and it's worth unpacking. Because if this moves forward, it could reshape our secondary, boost our chances for a deep playoff run, and even elevate our Super Bowl odds significantly. Let's start with the background. The Baltimore Ravens are currently sitting at 7-7, and their secondary has been struggling this season. They've been giving up a lot of yards through the air, about 255 yards per game in the passing game in 2025, and that's not ideal when you're fighting for a playoff spot. They're also facing some tough decisions financially, especially with Kyle Hamilton's hefty cap hit of around $23 million in 2026. The Ravens are in a bit of a rebuild mode, especially after Lamar Jackson's regression and some roster adjustments. They're prioritizing building through the draft, especially along the offensive line, and looking for ways to free up cap space to extend key players like Michael Pierce or to sign younger talent at cornerback. Now, here's where it gets interesting for us Lions fans. The rumors are suggesting that the Ravens are considering trading Kyle Hamilton, a player who's been one of the most impressive safeties in the league this season. Hamilton, a Swiss Army knife of a safety, can do it all, cover deep blitz support against the run and make game-changing plays. In 2025, he's accumulated 6 interceptions, 15 pass breakups, and 5 sacks, including some coming on blitzes. His PFF grade this year is an eye-popper, 95, which ranks among the top 2 safeties in the league. What makes him even more valuable is his ability to impact the game in multiple ways. His coverage EPA is 43, and he's allowed just 49% completion rate when targeted, with only 8 tackles for loss and an impressive 4 yards after catch allowed despite battling a rib injury in Week 8 that sidelined him for 3 games. Looking at his career stats, Hamilton has been a playmaker with 24 interceptions, 60 pass breakups, and 20 sacks. He's also a reliable run support guy with a run support win rate of around 38%. That's the kind of player who can instantly upgrade a secondary that's been a bit shaky, especially with safety Jonathan Abram out with a knee injury and other issues in the back end. The Ravens, however, are a bit skeptical about parting ways with him, given their Super Bowl odds are still at plus 1,000, and they're more focused on building for the future rather than making a quick fix. Their priority seems to be draft picks to bolster the offensive line and to draft a young cornerback to develop behind their current roster, especially after injuries to Marcus Peters and other secondary issues. But here's the kicker. If the Lions pull the trigger, this could be a game changer. The Lions, sitting at 9-5 and leading the NFC North, are desperate to solidify their defense, especially against teams with explosive passing attacks. Our secondary has been a bit leaky, with safety Kirby Joseph out with a knee injury on December 19, and allowing 1-4 touchdowns deep per game is no recipe for playoff success. Adding Hamilton would immediately address that weakness. His ability to cover deep routes, especially against top receivers like Justin Jefferson, could transform our pass defense into a true strength. Imagine Hamilton lining up alongside Kirby Branch, creating a tandem that's tough to beat deep, and with the versatility of his blitzing skills, he can generate pressure that complements our pass rush led by Aiden Hutchinson, who already has 13 sacks this season. The tactical impact would be enormous. His presence would allow us to run more complex zone coverages, neutralize top receivers, and create turnovers, something our defense has been craving. Plus, his projected increase in interception rate by around 24% and a reduction of big plays by 22% could take our defense from good to elite. Now, let's talk about the numbers and the potential impact. The trade could see the Ravens receiving a first-round pick from the Lions, probably one of our early picks in this draft, and possibly a mid-round pick or a young player to balance the deal. For us Lions fans, that's a no-brainer. We're already sitting pretty at 9-5, with a shot at clinching the division and making a serious push in the playoffs. Adding a player like Hamilton could elevate our odds from around plus 700 to a very favorable plus 350, making us serious contenders. It's akin to what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did with Anton Winfield in 2025, transforming their secondary and boosting their chances in the postseason. Strategically, this move would also serve as a statement to the rest of the league. The Lions are all in this year. With Jared Goff leading an explosive offense and a defense that's starting to gel, adding a playmaker like Hamilton might be the final piece of the puzzle. And let's not forget the potential matchup advantages. Hamilton's ability to read plays in zone and his quick reactions could neutralize some of the top passing threats in the NFC, including the Bears' passing attack, which has been averaging over 260 yards per game. Of course, this is all speculation for now, but the parallels are clear. Think back to Derwin James' trade to the Chargers in 2018, which instantly turned their secondary into a top-tier unit. The Lions could be looking at the same kind of upgrade, an infusion of talent that's not just for this season, but sets us up as a dominant force for years to come. It's a bold move, but one that could pay huge dividends if Holmes and our front office are willing to pull the trigger. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think Hamilton's the missing piece? Would you give up a first-round pick for a player of his caliber? Or do you think the Ravens are just bluffing and this is all just smoke? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Lions. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. We're on the cusp of something big, and it's an exciting time to be a Lions fan. Let's keep our eyes peeled and hope for a move that could truly define this franchise's future.